Two brothers went to check on their sister after years of what was described as a deeply unstable and toxic relationship. But neither of them would make it home. In today's episode of Real Criminal Story, we take a closer look at the tragic Miami case involving Antoine Carter, Jaleesa Evans, and brothers Gianni and Jehane Pierre. According to preliminary investigative documents, surveillance footage captured several critical moments leading up to the incident, including the suspect leaving the apartment, walking toward a vehicle, and returning just minutes before gunfire erupted. What continues to spark intense debate online is not only what happened inside that apartment that day, but the larger question surrounding the case. Could this situation have been prevented before it escalated? In this video, we examine the timeline of events, statements from those involved, information released by investigators, and the growing online discussion surrounding the case. Viewer discretion is advised. This content is created for documentary, educational, and commentary purposes based on publicly available reports at the time of production. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. Saturday morning, Liberty City, Miami. A quiet apartment complex. A couple with a history of domestic violence spanning several years. And two brothers walking into that apartment, unaware they would never walk back out. What made this case explode across social media wasn't just the gunfire. It was the question behind it all. If you knew your sister was trapped in an abusive relationship, what would you do? Would you stay out of it? Or would you step in to protect her? And this is where the internet became deeply divided. Many people argued she never should have allowed her brothers to get involved. But is the situation really that simple? Because according to investigators, this man had already left the scene before returning. And when he came back, everything changed forever. Jaleesa Evans and Antoine Carter had reportedly been together for around 4 years. They shared an apartment on Northwest 17th Avenue. According to police, there had been a documented history of domestic violence between them. Her family knew about it. Police were aware of it. And Jaleesa's two brothers knew about it as well. Gianni Pierre, 28 years old. Jehane Pierre, 23 years old. Two brothers born on the same day, February 23rd, exactly 5 years apart. No one could have imagined they would also die on the same day. That morning, the brothers went to the apartment to check on their sister. According to investigative reports, an argument broke out inside the apartment. Antoine Carter became involved. Moments later, a physical altercation erupted between the three men. During the chaos, Jaleesa left the apartment and asked a neighbor to call police. And when she came back, Antoine Carter was gone. But this is the detail that changed the entire case. Security footage reportedly captured Carter walking down to the parking garage. He approached a black sedan, opened the passenger side door, retrieved something from inside, and placed it into his right pocket. Then he returned to the apartment. Remember that detail carefully. He had already left. He had the opportunity to walk away completely, but he came back. And that raises an important question. At that point, was this still self-defense? Inside the apartment, Jaleesa locked the door. She repeatedly told her brothers, "Don't open it." On the other side, surveillance footage allegedly showed Carter pounding on the apartment door. Witnesses say he shouted, "Open the door!" then continued challenging them to come outside. No one truly knows what was going through the brothers' minds in those final moments. But minutes later, the door opened, and almost immediately, multiple gunshots rang out. According to investigators, Gianni was sitting on the couch when he was struck. Jehane reportedly ran toward his sister, not to attack, but to shield her. Statements indicate he collapsed while trying to protect her from the gunfire. Think about that for a moment. The younger brother, in the final moments of his life, was still trying to protect his sister. After the shooting, according to Jaleesa's statement, Carter sat down on the edge of the bed and said, "See what you made me do?" That statement immediately sparked outrage online, because for many people, it did not sound like panic. It sounded like blame. Jaleesa reportedly fled the apartment barefoot and covered in blood. That is the image many people saw in hallway surveillance footage released after the incident. When officers arrived, 2 men were found suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. One was pronounced deceased at the scene. The other later died at the hospital that evening. 2 brothers, same birthday, same day of death.
What continues to fuel debate surrounding this case is Antoine Carter's version of events.
He allegedly told investigators that he returned to the apartment only to retrieve his wallet and keys. He claimed the brothers appeared ready to fight again, which is when he drew the firearm. But surveillance footage appears to tell a different story. According to investigators, the video showed Carter approaching his vehicle beforehand, retrieving an object from inside, concealing it in his pocket, then returning to the apartment. Which raises another question. If he truly intended to leave the situation behind, why return after already having the opportunity to walk away? Online reactions remain deeply divided. Some blame Jaleesa for involving her brothers. Others believe the 2 men were simply trying to protect their sister from what they believed was a dangerous situation. And many people are asking a larger question. Why do so many domestic violence situations only begin to receive serious attention after lives are lost? That is what makes cases like this stay with people for so long. Because sometimes, danger does not arrive all at once. Sometimes it builds slowly, quietly, until one day, everything spirals beyond control. Antoine Carter is currently facing 2 first-degree murder charges and is being held without bond, according to preliminary court records. And for the Pierre family, no courtroom outcome can bring their 2 sons back. And now, I want to hear your thoughts. If someone in your family was trapped in an abusive relationship, would you stay out of it? Or would you step in to help? And in your opinion, at what moment in this story did the situation become impossible to stop? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.